Om Jai Swaha Mata.
And devotees, just to put you on the alert, many times when a child is born, people have what is called Chatti, 6 days. And now, long ago, there were certain procedures that were followed. Presently, many fail to do it. If they bathe at all, they bathe. They don't know what to do. Yeah? And if it's anything, we have it. But little do we realize that that Chatti we have is supposed to be the worship of Shashti Devi. Shashti Devi. And we are going to focus on that a little bit tonight. Why is so very important to worship this aspect of divinity for the protection of our children? Last night I mentioned having children for many not difficult, you know. And I mentioned that when you have your children and they go out of line, many people throw up their hands in despair and say, you make it child, you are making mine. And I ask you, don't talk rubbish. Because you make everything about the child. You know why? From the point of conception, the thoughts that dominate in both mother's and father's mind, both mother and father's mind, those thoughts influence that newly fertilized egg. And all the vibrations created, whatever the mother experiences, vibrations created by the father, as that child continues to grow, it is affected and impacted upon by those vibrations. So don't tell me no nonsense for you or make the child mine. You see, people don't take responsibility. But we are responsible. And our scriptures have given to us certain practices to impact, certain sanskar to impact upon the children, to impact upon the impressionable minds, so that they become assets in society, not liabilities. But how many of us are doing that? We are fallen by the wayside, devotees. We have become a modern generation of people, being guided by the internet, not scriptures. Internet has become the guru. Nothing wrong with that, you know. But internet can't share experience with you. We just share knowledge with you. So devotees, here we come to this point now. Shashti Devi, she protects children. This aspect of divinity, this energy, protects children. She is Vishnu Maya, the Lord's elusive potency. What she does, she also blesses people who are issueless with no sons, bless them with sons. Her name is Devi Sena, another name she has. And it is said she is the consort of Swami Kartikai. Swami Kartikai, who is said to be one of the 2 sons of Lord Shiva. Some may take me to task and say Lord Shiva has 3 sons. Swami Kartikai, Ganesh Baba, and Nandishwar. Now this is what the mythology says. And you know, devotees, to confuse your mind a little bit, if Ganesh Baba was the son of Shiv and Parvati, do you know that when Lord Shiva and Parvati got married, they did Ganesh Puja? Huh? So if Ganesh Baba is the son of Lord Shiva and Parvati, how come they do Ganesh Puja before they get married? Huh? This is why I keep saying you don't take scriptures literally. We think we know, we don't know. There's plenty depth in our scriptures, devotees. We haven't even scratched the surface yet. But I want you to answer that question. Let me go on. Swami Kartikai, devotees, he is the consort of Dev Sena. Now Dev Sena, Dev means gods. Sena means commander-in-chief. So in another sense, she is the commander-in-chief of the army of the gods. Dev Sena. To put it mythologically. बालकों को आयु देने वाली. She gives long life to children. Long life. And you realize in today's world, how many children are passing away before they're born? Some are still born. Hospitals are blamed, doctors are blamed. They are merely facilitators. We shall understand why. She brings protection. She brings yoga to those who seek yoga. This Devi She's so very powerful. That Supreme Mother, she protects. But example is the highest precept. O Holy One, her puja, a story relating to her, how she gives sons, she gives happiness. I'm going to explain to you this story, which I have heard from the mouth of Dharmaraj himself. Dharmaraj is said to be the God of righteousness. So let's take it simple as we go along. So devotees, we are going to listen to a story. That an incident that took place. When I say a story, is not something fabricated, something that happened. And from this, we will infer what we need to do. Raja Priyavratas Chasi Swayambhu Manu Sutaha Yogendro No Dvaha Bharya Tapasya Suratah Sada Brahmagyaya Chayatnena Kritadaru Babhuvaha Suchirang Kritadarascha Salebhi Tanayang Muni Putreshti Yagyang Tang Chapi Karayamasa Kashyapaha Malinyai Tasya Kantayai Munir Yagya Charum Dadau Bhuktva Tang Charum Tasya Sadyu Garbho Babhuvaha Dadharatang Cha Sadevi Daivang Dvadasha Vatsaram Tatah Sushavasa Brahman Kumarang Kanaka Prabham Sarvavaya Vasampanna Mritam Uttara Luchanam Tang Drishva Ruduhu Sarva Naryascha Bandhavastriha Murcha Mavapa Tanmata Putra Shokena Bhuyasa Smashanang Cha Yayav Raja Grihitva Balakang Mune Ruroda Tatra Kantari Putang Kritva Svavakshasi Nor Srijadvalakang Raja Pranang Chaktung Samudyataha Gyaan Yogam Visasmaraha Putra Shokatma Sudarunat Etasmin Antare Tatra Vimanang Cha Tadarshasaha Shudasphatika Sankasham Bhani Raja Vinirmitam. See, Narayan Bhagwan is saying, O Narad, there was a king whose name was Raja Manu. Raja Manu had three children, Utanpad, Priyabrat, and Devhuti. Now those of us who follow Bhagavad Katha would have heard of Bhakta Dhruv. Utanpad was the father of Bhakta Dhruv. Priyabrat, Devahuti, she was married to Sringi Rishi. But Priyabrat, he did not want to get married. Now scriptures say that there are 4 stages in human development. Brahmacharya, Grihast, Vanpras and Sannyas. The first stage in life up to about 25 years of age, the student stage, we should study, acquire all the skills for good living, the knowledge. And then we get married, householder's life. And then up 55 years and over, we try to start to let go. And if we live to be 75 years, renounce. Let go. Devotees, this individual Priyabrat, he wanted to let go from the very beginning. He didn't want to live a life of a householder. No. But you know what? Brahmaji said, counseled him, O Priyabrat, if you don't get married, you don't procreate, you don't have continuity of the family lineage, then so many things will fall short. It is necessary that you get married and settle down. And this is part of karma to the ancestors, to repay their debt to the ancestors. He encouraged Priyabrat to get married. Priyabrat, listening to good advice, he got married. His consort's name was Malini. Malini. Very, very beautiful individual. Wonderful qualities. Devotees, they got married on the instructions of Brahma, and the intent was for procreation, to have children, so the family lineage will continue, etc. But quite some time passed, and no children. That's a normal problem. It's a kind of regular problem in today's world with many, many married couples. And notice what I'm saying, married couples. Alright? Married couples. People who married, the relationship sanctioned, sanctified, legitimized, best circumstance to produce offspring. nothing happened. But devotees, Hinduism tells us there's a solution to any problem you think about. There's a world of duality. If there is a problem, there must be a solution. But you have to search for it. So, what is this problem of not having a child? They consulted the holy ones, and instructions were given to perform what is called a Putrishti Yagya. Putrishti, a sacrifice that will bring as its results a child. The desire was to have a child. But what kind of child? A son. Putrishti. Putrishti Yagya. And so devotees, that yagya was performed. And I must tell you, the yagya is not like what we are doing here. We have undergone adaptations. In India, when they speak of a yagya, the main altar is an Agni Kund. An Agni Kund is dug according to specifications. You have to start digging that Agni Kund at a particular point in time. Specifications. The base of that Agni Kund is square. The top of it is square. And let's put it dimensions. If the base is x, then we use some algebra. So the base is x by x. The top, devotees, the top is 12x by 12x. And the depth of it is 12x. If you look at a shape like that, it's like a funnel. And the previous night, Pandit Balaram told you, when a Havan is done, 23, how many square kilometers all around benefit. And you know why? It is because of this kind of Agni Kund that is made. If you extrapolate that to infinity, see where it goes. It goes on and on. There is no end to it. The way it goes out, that Agni Kund. So that is the main altar that is created. You have at least 5 priests, 4 on 4 sides, 1 high priest. And it is said, fire will be kindled. Fire will be kindled at a certain specific point in time so that results will come. The objective will be fulfilled. Now notice, those yagyas are done for a specific purpose. So a specific time is chosen. In Trinidad, we do yagya to give thanks. Not for these purposes. Yeah? So we do our yagya, we start Sunday, finish next Saturday. We start Friday, finish next Sunday. Saturday, whatever, based upon our constraints. We light the fire, we do havan. Everything is quite okay. But when you have to do specific yagyas, with specific objectives, you have to follow the regulations. Specifically. The Vedas have guided us along those lines. So they would chant those mantras, and not only mantras we chant, like Ganganapati, Naman Swaha, and whatever. Right? These are mantras we chant for the pujas we are doing. There are special mantras taken from the Sam Ved that they would chant for the specific purpose of having sons. And devotees, when that yagya is completed, you know what happens? Whatever is created within the Agni Kund is like creates fertility. Society speaks of fertility pills today. That is created in that Agni Kund. And that which is created is given to the mother who will consume it. And of course, she becomes an expectant mother. And one thing I'll tell you, if you do a Putrishti Yagya, you will end up getting a Putri. You get a Putra. Or you know what I'm talking about? Put means a son. If you do a yagya to get a son, you don't end up getting a daughter. You get a son. The powers of these mantras are so deadly, straight, accurate. Don't miss. Don't miss. So devotees, these yagyas have been done in India. I don't think Trinidad we ever do these kind of yagyas. So this particular yagya was done to bring a son. And so the yagya was done, that substance was created, Malini was given it, she partook of it, and she became an expectant mother. Nothing strange for those great sages in the past. This was the power that they had. So devotees, she became an expectant mother. And let me just digress one moment. When I tell you that if it's a Putrishti Yagya, you get a Put, not a Putri. Do you know that if somebody is having a daughter, there are certain sages, let me call them sages, powerful individuals amongst us. When I say us, I do mean Trinidad, in India, that in Hindu society. They can, through their spiritual power, transform that boy into a girl before he's born. And let me tell you how. Devotees, it all has to do with chromosomes. So when you're having a boy, it's XX chromosome. Sorry, girl, XX chromosome. What these sages would do, they interfere with what you call the Kundalini, which is the inner power inside of us. And what they do, that's called the serpentine power. They actually eat away part of the part of the X chromosome. If you eat away part of an X, you're going to get a Y. If you eat the right part. So they have the right power. What they do, they eat away part of the X chromosome, they get XY. You get a girl. Sorry, you get a boy. You get a boy. And some of us have been to India. There's one temple down south. I can't remember exactly where it is. There are a lot of snakes made out of rocks donated to the temple. From a side, they have them spread out. When you try to find out why, this is the reason why. People who are having boys, girls, they end up having boys. And what happened was the same process, same procedure. No surgical, no medical procedure. Spiritual procedure. And that brought about change. Power of Shakti Devi. And this is no story. Here, many times the Western world have you believe these things are stories. When we spoke about that bridge built from south part of India to Lanka, they say story. When we say Dwarka sunk off the west coast of India, story. When NASA scanned India, every story became a reality. The bridge is there at the bottom of the ocean. Dwarka is there on the western coast of India. Dwarka sunk. These are no stories. These are historical happenings. But unfortunately, many of the young people don't know this. And worse yet, the older ones. We don't know our scriptures. All we want to do is hear nice stories, clap and sing. That is good, you know. But when you go learn anything more? And look at how much I have told you for the evening since I have started. I don't know if you can retain all that. But so much there is to know. So devotees, even with having children, all these things are possible in Hinduism. You can do things to get you to have children. They can do things to change the sex of the child without any surgical or medical procedure, as we say. But not everybody could do it. And don't let anybody fool you that they could do it. I can't do it. I can't. Devotees, the kind of sacrifices you have to make to go through that. And you know who I'm talking about? They call them the Aghoris. Aghoris. They follow the tantric path, which is also part of Devi. Don't skylark with them. Don't play games with them at all. They're well powerful. Very powerful. But don't get too close to them either. Don't. Devotees, so I just thought I'll mention that to you. The secrets in Hinduism. This child devotees conceived within mother's womb. Mother overjoyed. Father overjoyed. Everybody. When you know that, a baby is being expected, everybody is happy. What is the normal period of time for a baby devotees, unless the baby hurry to come? It's normally 9 months, right? 9 months. Normally. Some hurry to come 6 months. And some don't want to come the whole back. This child devotees, 1 year passed, no birth. 2 years passed, no birth. Now, a long time, not like now. Now, from the time a week passed, C-section. Cut all the hair and thing too. Anything could happen. Exactly. Huh? One risk. Long ago, devotees, they never interfere with karmas. A child will born, the child will be born when the time comes. When time comes to die, you die. And this is why you see, euthanasia they call it. Somebody dying, they just like a vegetable, should you pull the plug on them? These are questions that I ask. Some say no, allow them to work out their karmas. If you pull the plug, they have to come and work out the karmas. But then the argument is, suppose it's part of the karma to pull the plug. So I have all kind of arguments. All kind of arguments. I won't tell you which one I believe in. Should I tell you? I believe we should leave them right here. And allow them to work out their karmas. Nobody appoints you as an instrument of death to take away a person's life. I don't believe in that. But that is my personal opinion. I am not saying Swaha's position. It's my position. Devotees, 2 years, 3 years, 12 years, baby unborn yet. Which mother will carry on a pregnancy for so long? Today's world, you go by all kind of obia man. Sure. Baba, why did child come in? If no C-section. You go by all kind of jyotisi, all kind of pakhan you try to do. No, devotees. They allowed it to be. And after 12 years of expectation, and mothers will know, 9 months you wait and you wonder what this child will look like. You will look like he? Ifara. You will look like his side family or my side family. You know the kind of things people go through, right? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I remember when my daughter was born, when my wife saw her, she said, oh, deed. You resemble Ifara. Anyway, devotees, great expectations, you all know what will go through the mind. You know, the impatience and everything else. So, looking forward with great enthusiasm, expectation, child was born. Perfect. Golden color. Hair. Well built. All the features perfectly formed. Brilliant child. But there's one small thing that was wrong with the child. The child was dead. Stillborn. So, baby's been born, stillborn long time now. Not only because of San Fernando Hospital and Mount Hope. All about these things happening long time. The child was stillborn. Now, devotees, you imagine after all this time, looking forward to your baby and dead baby, dead. I can't find words to express how that would feel. Devotees, everybody began to lament. The mother fell to the ground, crying her heart out. They say men don't cry too much, you can cry in long, long tears. Because he got married for this purpose, to have children. And look, this is it. This is what life is all about. All that I went through for this. All that yagya I do for this. But devotees, many of us will become very impatient, and perhaps we may even turn and attack God, attack Hinduism. Hinduism is fraud. I'm following this. Join the next God, find the next God. All kind of foolishness we will talk about. Devotees, people don't hold on long enough and wait. This devotee circumstance confronted this family, great pain, great grief, sorrow, depression. But what could be done? The king took his son, that son that he hoped would have carried on in his lineage, in his footsteps. No son now, dead son. Nothing to do but to go cremate his son. So he picked up that child and he went to the cremation site. Mother wouldn't go. Long ago, not everybody go. And when somebody dies, they'll cremate them same time. A child now born. There was no post-mortem and so on even in those days. Cremate the child. So the child, the king took up his baby son, waiting 12 years for this child. And he decided to go to the cremation site. उस बालक को लेकर राजा स्मशान में गए और उसे हृदय से लगाए बन में रुदन करने लगे. राजा बालक को न छोड़ा और प्राण त्यागन करने पर उतारू हुआ और दारुण शोक से ज्ञान योग को भूल गया. इसी समय उसने एक विमान देखा जो शुद्ध स्फटिक मणि के समान मणि श्रेष्ठों से बना था. Devotees, the king held on to his son possessively, as we say. First time getting to hold his son. And he went to the cremation site crying bitterly, very depressed. And the thoughts crossed his mind. Why should I live? My son is dead, no use for me to live. Why should I live? He reached to the cremation site with this intent, that he will cremate himself together with his son. He was a great yogi, but at that point in time, all them yog, tan bhog and rog. Believe me, devotees, when you see your near and dear ones are caught up in this kind of pain and trouble, discomfort, you think you're studying yoga? That same yoga, bhul gaye, forget it. You're overpowered by pain, by grief. And he was such a yogi. Such a yogi. It's a natural reaction, devotees, to this external stimulus. When we see someone near and dear to us, the natural reaction, we react in grief, worry, pain, anger, whatever it may be. Here, it was grief and depression. I can't live without my son. And he decided that he will cremate himself together with his son. He placed the boy on the ground And he sat there contemplating. What is this really all about? What is this? And devotees in deep grief, he sat there, but he didn't do anything yet. He held on for that moment, thinking within himself. And luckily that he did so, for something happened. While he was sitting there on the cremation ground, he saw coming towards him, flying through the air, Ek Viman, a space chariot. Now, Devi Bhagavad is quite old. This was created before space travel. So what I like to tell the young ones, that the concept of space travel has already been in the Hindu psyche. Sri Ram flying in Pushpak Viman, space chariot, talking to it. Yeah? No controls, you know. Pushpak chalo, Pushpak fly. Taharo, Pushpak stop. When we wear those things long time, devotee people laugh. But I keep telling people now, understand, you have computers, you have voice recognition program, you program certain things, you talk to it, you get response. Is it that the Hindu mind had already mastered all this way back in the past? And our scriptures tell us yes. And if you don't know, NASA has used quite a lot of formula from the Vedas to create whatever spaceships they are doing. They are creating the center up into space. They have used those formulas. Hinduism is not a joke, you know, devotees. We make it a joke. It is highly scientific, deeply philosophical. But you have to identify with the right areas. You can also say superficial. We satisfy those who are there also. Devotees, so aerial travel, space travel. This Viman, this chariot was coming, flying. It was white in color, pure white. And glittering brilliantly. Now I don't know, devotees, I am just thinking that I am sitting in a cremation site and I see this thing flying coming. I think I will run, you know. Is this strange thing coming in a cremation site? What is that? But the king looked on devotee, he didn't have time to run. This chariot came there. And in that aerial chariot standing there, that chariot decorated with flowers, white flowers. Everything about it was white. There was a Devi standing in it. उसमें एक बड़ी मनोहरा देवी का दर्शन किया, जो श्वेत चंपक के समान वर्ण, संपन्न निरंतर स्थिर यौवन वाली, कुछ एक हास्य से प्रसन्नमुखी, रत्नभूषणों से भूषित, कृपामयी, योग सिद्धा भक्तों के अनुग्रह में तत्पर थी. राजा ने भगवती को देख परम आदर से संतुष्ट किया, बालक को भूमि पर छोड़कर उसका पूजन किया. Devotee, this Devi, white, she was clay in color, but just in white. Everything about her was white. White is purity, pure knowledge. This Devi, beyond description, you know, we can't express her beauty to the fullest. Let's put it simply that this king saw her. And this aerial chariot hovered over there, right there, and the king is, his dead son in front of him, and he's seeing this beautiful Devi standing there. He recognized that, what could this be? Dina Bhoot? Bhoot do come in nice colors, so, and beautiful form like that. Only human Bhoot has come in good form, good looking form sometimes. Yeah. When they come back Churairo. Yeah. Come on, try to attract you. Pull you away. Or what talk about Churairo? If you don't know, then good. Churairo means a witch. And you have some excellent, very good looking witches. And they can take you apart. Yeah. Devotees, this king was convinced that this is Devi, supreme. So what he did, he clasped both hands together, and devotees, he offered his praises to Ma.
Om Jai Swaha Mata, Maya Jai Swaha Mata, Tum Agni ki Shakti, Tum Agni ki Shakti, Tum Sachi Mata.